A loss is a loss and it deserves to be validated. My name is Anthony Moora. I'm the host of Manspace Cafe. Welcome to episode 38. And I'm thinking about losses in general because I just recently remembered or was rather reminded that I once attended the funeral of someone's pet bird that had died. And I know some of you listening are like, what? A bird died and there was a funeral. I think because it's not a common quote unquote loss, people might not take it as seriously. And I think for me, anything to do with feelings that people go through, because people are different, we need to normalize validating whatever people are going through. Because I find that when it comes to offering support, when it comes to losses, most people, or rather everyone, rallies to support people who have lost other people that they care about. But when it comes to things like property or pets or such like losses, people tend not to be there for others as much. You don't find people, contributing if you lose your phone, for example, or your car or whatever material thing, or if you lose your pet, especially in most cultures that do not value pets as much. For example, people won't take you as seriously if you say, you lost your pet chicken, for example, or pet goat. Some people might joke and say, that is food, just eat or something like that, which I think is insensitive, because a loss is a loss. And whenever people lose things of material value or things that are dear to them or people that are dear to them, they react differently. And they may go through the stages of grief over periods of time, because that is not measured. There's no timeline for you to go through the stages of, denial, depression, bargaining, and then ending up at acceptance later on that you've lost this thing or lost something or someone. And as people are going through the motions of expressing themselves or going through these losses, then you find people may say insensitive things at the onset or while they are going through these feelings of loss. People might try to liken it to examples of them losing something, which they think is greater than the loss that someone is expressing to them. Like, say, if someone came up to you and said, I lost my job, and the other person says, well, I remember when I lost my parent. Like, they are not the same. If I lose my job, for example, or even if I lose my property, it's not the same sort of emotions like the person who lost someone else. And the reaction that I may go through is not the same as viewers who has lost someone in the past or something in the past. So self-awareness or emotional intelligence demands that we learn to empathize with what people are going through and validate what people are going through, and offer support if we truly care for them, because that way then you are sensitive to what people are expressing, and then they can feel comfortable enough to then share more or talk about what they are going through more, so that they end up to a point of healing, because healing starts with people talking about what they are going through and then expressing it, and people supporting them in the way that they best know how. And if they can't, then recommend, ways of offering them support. So as I end episode 38 of Man's Space Cafe, I'd like to emphasize that we learn to validate other people's emotions, especially when it comes to losses, and learn to offer support. See you on the next one.